This is the self-publishing news for August the 29th, 2022. And boy, we've got a few little items up here because, man, let's go ahead and get it started out because shameless self-promotion, why wouldn't you? So in any event, this actually comes from the desk of my content manager, Ava Fales. We have a whole hub, an entire hub, a place for you to come and get all things Dale L. Roberts related and self-publishing with Dale related. That's on Substack now. You can go get a free subscription on over there. You get all the curated information. So that way you're not having to go, I wonder what channel Dale's going to be doing his video on, or he said there was going to be a blog post coming. I don't know where that's at. When is he going live next? Guess what? It's all over on the Substack. Go over to selfpub.substack.com. Get yourself subscribed today. And here's the reason why you're going to want to go and subscribe to there is the content manager that I'm working with, Ava. She's been around for a long time. She's like my right-hand man. And, well, she actually is. And she is putting out unique articles there. So meaning that there are going to be specific posts that she's putting together that are only going to exist on the Substack platform. So again, that's selfpub.substack.com, or you can go to dalelinks.com/Substack and you'll be able to go on over and get yourself subscribed. Let's go ahead and transition on over into the very next item up in the news. And I think this is a very interesting one. It is a case study that was done by the fine folks over at Miblart. Now, of course, they're the sponsors here of this channel. They did not pay me to share this. All right. I'm just going to say I'm sharing this because I find this super, super cool. They just launched a new premium cover design service. It does come at a higher premium, but what they've done in this case study with Nicole Pomeroy, she has a book that she's launching called A Novel Approach. And what they did was they looked at the book, they looked at the genre, the plot, the setting, and then they just broke down each one of the cover concepts. What does the protagonist look like? Any secondary characters, typography. They tested out a different cover design, and there was different variations they did of the first cover design. Man, this is a fantastic read. I find this super fascinating when I can see what a lot of cover designers think when they are developing some of these things. And if you didn't watch on my main channel, I actually had shared using Miblart for my Kindle Vella cover design series. And I made the mistake of micromanaging them. Like I'm just, and also just, I wouldn't say micromanaging. I overloaded them with too much information. That was the best way to put it. Instead of saying, here's the plot, here's the setting, and here's the name of the book, and this is basically what I'm looking for. Instead, I was just like, here's what I'm going to give you. And it was like a novel full of things. And this is just proof like how simple your cover brief can be for Miblart. And that right there really just takes a lot of that burden off you. Go take a look at this. As per usual, all the links for these type of things are going to be inside the video description down below on Wednesday. All right. Now, of course, this leads me on over to next. I want to kind of discuss Miblart. Now, the reason why I love Miblart so much is, gosh, affordable cover design and many cover design options and a lot of experience. And they have this deep portfolio of cover images that you just will not believe your eyes. And by the way, they have a 5-day turnaround for your first draft. So you're going to be looking at the first draft of your cover really fast. In fact, in some instances faster. Hey, you want to go take a look at their portfolio and see why I gush about them? Go over to dalelinks.com/Miblart. That's MIBLART. And if you use the coupon code DALE10, you can take 10% off your next order. And thank you so much to our sponsors, Miblart. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. All right, moving further forward here. This comes from the fine folks over at BookBrush, and this is a big deal. All right. I know over here we've got Miblart. They are doing cover design. So this is not me endorsing this particular product or service, but I want to let you know that it is available. I don't know the full details yet, but I will share with you what they've shared with me. So let's come on over here to BookBrush. BookBrush is officially getting into the custom cover design space. At BookBrush, we know authors and we know design. Let BookBrush create your custom book cover. Select Marketplace on the menu on the left of your homepage to learn more about this new option. Want to learn more? Book a free 20-minute consultation to discuss any questions you may have. You know what? This is really just so stinking cool that BookBrush is continuing to expand and evolve what they have available to self-published authors out there. Personally, I really have my own cover design service areas, but knowing that this is available is kind of nice. So there is that. And you know what? If you're not using BookBrush, why aren't you? It's literally like Canva on steroids for authors. And if you don't know what Canva is, it's essentially graphic design templates made easy for the people that don't know graphic design too well. And it comes free and it comes premium. But for BookBrush here, there's so many really cool things that they make available to you for free. Why wouldn't you get it? So no affiliate link on this one, bookbrush.com. Just go on over to it. Alrighty. Now, next up, this one actually, it's funny. I'm going to be discussing this gentleman in today's podcast recording. He is amazing. David Gaughran. Now, let me spell that out for you, and I'll put it on the screen as well. That's Gaughran. David Gaughran is one of the best resources in self-publishing and very well respected too. A lot of people have nothing but high praises to say about him, except for probably some of his detractors. You know, David's known for saying rather polarizing things. If he sees a scam, he calls out the scam. If he sees something that he doesn't think is right, he will go ahead and bring the public spotlight on that type of stuff. But all that to say this, though, David Gaughran actually has an amazing email newsletter. He puts out weekly. And I'm telling you, when you open up his email, like, it's ridiculously stupid value. Like, every email marketer needs to be scared, because when you open up a David Gaughran, email, he just sets a whole new standard. Now, don't expect for this to be like a 5-line email and he sends you off platform. No. He gives you everything you need inside the emails. All right. So here's the thing. I hope, David, please don't kill me. And if so, I can always go through and just cut this out later on. You can actually get access to his email archive. That means you can go back and learn all these specific things that he's sharing every week. Like, we're talking like blog length, like articles that he's putting into emails. And it's fantastic. You're going to have to sit down and probably spend at least 10 to 20 minutes reading all the stuff and visiting any kind of links that he's sharing within. But the email archive, I'm going to go ahead and share here, is over at davidgaughran.com/email-archive. And you can just go through and, hey, if you're not subscribed to him yet, you can always just go into the email archive, see what's going on, and then subscribe to it. And you'll see like why I gush so much about David Gaughran. Good dude, funny guy, great videos on YouTube. I love his no nonsense approach to doing videos. Makes me kind of like going, oh. Alrighty, moving further forward here, the Kindlepreneur himself, Dave Chesson, actually has rolled out another freaking free service. Dave, come on, man. What are you doing here? You're giving all the free stuff out here. You're going to put people out of business before you know. No, all joking aside, this is a fantastic and really cool feature. Free formatting tools. You can actually get a formatting template generator here and plug in all of the things that you want to have. All right, you see this? Boom, boom, boom. We got margins, gutters, back matter, all that stuff. We can select the trim size. We could say fiction, or we can say nonfiction. And then what it will do is we'll drop our email in, and then it sends the email to you with the template that you're able to go ahead and start. I see a lot of authors out there, and especially new ones, that don't know how to format their manuscript, or they think they have to actually have some expensive software. No, start with what you have. And if you can get your hands on templates like this one, not to be confused for low content templates, folks, this is literature templates for fiction and nonfiction. Then that's the way to go. I would say the path of least resistance. And I can't recommend Kindlepreneur enough for their formatting templates, especially this is kind of a cool little feature. And if you end up using it, just show them some love, share it over on social media. They have these little share features down at the bottom. All you got to do is just tweet it out, send it over Facebook, send it over to your boss. Say, hey, look, you need to check out this thing. It's pretty awesome. All right. Next up inside the news, I just want to let you know that today, or Wednesday, August the 31st, will be the last day to get the coupon code for waiving your upload fee on IngramSpark. It's Sweet Savings in all caps. Sweet Savings. Sweet as in delicious. Savings as in saving money. So Sweet Savings will get you to, when you're doing your upload, the very last step of the upload process, you can get that $49 fee waived. And a little bit of a secret here. If you see this after that point, okay, you can actually use Dale 2022 and get 1 fee waived. Sorry, I can't do 5. Sweet Savings will do 5, but the Dale 2022 code is good for one time only, and that's good all the way through 2022. And if you want future codes beyond 2022, then make sure you stay tuned to this channel. Let's move a little further forward on over here. Oh my gosh, this is the most concerning thing yet. I am actually really rattled by something like this, and this is something that was shared to me, and I didn't really think of it being as a problem until they really shined a spotlight on it. And it is the Alliance of Independent Authors. I'm a proud member of the organization, and there's good reason why I share some of these articles, because it just shows what type of information they're sharing on a regular basis. And they actually talk about the industry body's voice concern over new copyright exception for data mining. Now, I guess a few weeks ago, the UK government had responded to its consultation on artificial intelligence and copyright. Let me go ahead and read the rest of this. The key part of this response was to propose an additional copyright exception for text and data mining. This would allow companies, among other things, train artificial intelligence algorithms on any text. The only provisions was that they had accessed the text lawfully. In practice, what that means is if someone buys your book or has a Kindle Unlimited subscription, then they can freely use the book's text. Okay, so they're not specifically saying that artificial intelligence is going to go in and steal word for word your content. They're not going to go in and plagiarize. At least that's not what they're referring to. But what they're looking at is getting information, curating details. If you're a nonfiction author, maybe it's gathering facts. If you're a fiction author, maybe it's looking at pacing and characterization and tropes that are within it. That AI is starting to really come to the forefront, and you will know, actually, one of them I'd shared on this broadcast, and I still actually enjoy using it from time to time, is copy.ai. Now, copy.ai is essentially artificial intelligence writing copy, but what it does is when you give it prompts, it kind of goes through its database of all the things it's covered on the internet, and then it starts to spit back something and says, hey, is this good? Is this good? And the more that users will tap into the artificial intelligence, and the more that the tech nerds go in and start to tweak this type stuff, it's going to get better, and it's going to get better, and it's going to get better. But here's the issue. If you've got your book behind a paywall, it's possibly safe. There's no way that they can get it other than if they were to pay for it. And in that instance, what they're saying over in the UK is they're going to be fine with them digging into your content without your express permission, and they're using your information despite maybe even just, I don't know, paying nothing for it, maybe through the Kindle Unlimited program, technically $10 per month, I get it. Or, the $9.99 it costs to get the ebook. This is going to be an interesting, decade or so, folks. I think you need to buckle up, because artificial intelligence is a very real thing that can be very positive, but also can have some definite negative implications. And in this instance, I'm nervous. I really am, because if at that point, that we allow artificial intelligence to take over, what purpose do we serve other than to make the machine learning better? So, all right, stepping down. I'm not ranting on this one. I'm just fascinated. I'm always keeping an eye on things, and I know there's a lot of people that want me to talk more about artificial intelligence. And in some instances, I think it's good. In other instances, I think it's scary. Hey, what's not scary is actually the main channel sponsors. BookBolt actually puts out a weekly live webinar over on their YouTube channel, and you actually can get some advanced access to it. If you go on over to dalelinks.com/bookbolt, you'll get some more details about BookBolt, why I like their resource. And they actually have a number of free resources on over there. If you end up getting a membership with BookBolt, please use the coupon code DALE20 because that's going to save you 20% off for life using BookBolt. Yeah, that's pretty stinking cool. So rather than paying, say, $10 per month, it is actually now $8 per month in perpetuity. And that means that you can go ahead and take that extra couple bucks per month, grab yourself a copy. It's on me. Alrighty, moving a little further forward. Okay, I really like this one, and I'm going to keep this very small print. Because for whatever reason, it's not letting me obscure my my address on here. At least it wasn't earlier. Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to, dox my email address that I'm using to actually go and join this. This is actually put on by the future, Writers of the Future Online Writing Workshop. If you're not familiar with this, yes, this is an L. Ron Hubbard program. I actually had discovered it through my buddy Dave Chesson over at the Kindlepreneur. And I actually even texted him. I was like, Dave, what are you doing? Are you sending me over to Scientology? Hey, no hate on you Scientologists, but I'm just not wanting to kind of jump into that pool. And at any rate, he's like, no, it's completely separate. And I went in with some reservations to do the Writers of the Future online course. It's great. It's great. It's free to take. And if you want to learn the craft of sci-fi writing, it's awesome. Loved it. And a big name in the space for sci-fi writing is Orson Scott Card. You might recognize him from the name of Ender's Game. And at any rate, he is actually going to be doing a live Q&A on October the 8th, 2022 at 9 p.m. Now, here's the catch. The one catch is you actually have to go through the course before you can actually get into it. So I'm giving you a lot of time. Go over, pick up access. You can just literally look it up, Writers of the Future online course, and get yourself signed up for it. They're great. I only get like one email per week, and it's always pretty interesting information, such as the fact that we get to actually have a live Q&A with a freaking legend in writing of Orson Scott Card. Can't wait for it. Obviously, I would share the screen a little bit better, but my apologies. For whatever reason, I can't get my email off the screen. All right, next one comes up from the fine folks over at Reedsy. They're always putting on some great information, and this workshop actually is coming up on August the 31st. Of course, that will be live after we are done with the news segment here. It's between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern Daytime. It's how to make your author website work for you. And you are going to get some excellent information from a website designer, Stuart Grant. You'll discover what your author website is for, what it needs to look like, how to draw people to it, and how to get the most out of a professional web design. Again, that's Wednesday the 31st at 3 p.m. And then last but not least, I've pushed this for the last couple weeks. I'm going to continue to push it all the way up to the day of the event. And there's good reason is People of Video. People of Video is a in-person conference over in Albany, New York. And yours truly, Dale L. Roberts, is going to be the MC of the event. It is going to be a 2-day event, plus, another half day for when they actually do registration. So technically 3-day. It will be Monday, September 19th to Wednesday, September 21st. I do not have a talk planned at all. This year, I'm just going to be emceeing the event and having a great time. I am going to be 100% available to people that actually come to this conference. So if you come, you use my special link, dalelinks.com/POV. I don't get a kickback for it. What it does is it takes $100 off your ticket. I would just rather you come than me pocket your $100. So put that towards your airfare or your travel expenses. That is on September 19th to the 21st. If you want to learn more about breaking into the video content creation business, how to monetize it, and meet some of the largest and most influential video creators in the world between YouTube and LinkedIn and everywhere else. It is going to be a phenomenal event. Again, dalelinks.com/POV. Save yourself $100. You can always go to peopleofvideo.com if you don't like to save $100. But I would just recommend use my direct link because then it just drops you in there and you save that money. That's the news for self-publishing this week. What did you think of it? Was there anything I possibly missed? It might be possible. I mean, I'm not all-knowing. Love to hear from you inside the comments.